Hi, it's Peter here, and I wanted to give you an update in what's happening with passion maps for coaches and practitioners. It's quite a lot to get through, so I'll be reasonably quick and there'll be plenty of opportunity to connect with me or to get more information. So first of all, I've created a little team with 2 in the Philippines and 2 here. I've got Marty and Janine, who are lovely young women in Cebu in the Philippines. Ben, who's a technology guy, helping me in New Brighton, and myself, of course. So we've got a little team together, and we've gelled, and we've used our team passion map to inform how we work together. But first of all, what's new here? What's new that you might like to know? First of all, we've got some new naming bases. One is we call the main program a Classic Passion Map. It used to be Personal Passion Map. And we still have the executive program, which is a bit deeper and more expansive and can be measured and so on. We think that it's more appropriate to call people coaches rather than facilitators. So we will have coach training rather than facilitator training or even practitioner training. Now, in terms of the way we call our programs, any program that is executed for someone else's benefit, and a course is a training program. That's where you can upskill your skills. So we've actually had time to upgrade the programs. So if we're talking about the Classic, we've strengthened the component around intentionality and purpose and asking others. And we're adding in some components for the post-passion mapping period. We were developing an app, but that's gone south for a while. In that post period, we can run different programs. We can have meditation program, we can have mindfulness program, we can have health programs. We can offer a whole lot of things to people who can make their passion mapping experience better, more powerful, more sustainable. So that's exciting for me that we've upgraded everything. So when you come back to passion maps as a coach or practitioner, you'll have more profound ways of your clients staying connected. Now, one of the challenges that I've had for like 15 years is people asking me about doing passion maps from different places. And I've always had to say no, because we've tried to do this remotely over the telephone or over Skype, but it doesn't seem to work because it's an energetic process. It needs the energetic connection between a facilitator or a practitioner and the client. The magic happens there. It doesn't happen online. It's really quite surprising, but that's the way it is. So it occurred to me that we could actually train people to run a program in triads remotely. So we've put a lot of work into developing a program for remote passion mapping. Now this will involve 3 people in a triad. And at any one time, one is facilitating, one is being coached, and one is observing to support the other 2. In order to run that, we have to teach some of the passion mapping skills to those people. So that's a really exciting thing, and also gives a pathway for facilitators or coaches to work with more than one person at once, and also to generate clients for ongoing coaching. So that's been a really interesting thing. I've run quite a few team programs in which we've had to coach people to work in pairs, and this is fundamentally the same thing, although not so easy to do. So we know that we can do that in a team or in a collective passion mapping situation. I call that a workshop. So we've taken the skills and the teaching skills we've learned from that, we're transposing them into a remote program. And that will be very exciting and will be good for people who don't want to move around much. They want to stay where they are and to be able to, but also they love passion mapping. So if you're in that category, let us know. Now, I mentioned that there are upgraded existing courses, but we're going to have new training courses as well. And these will be online. Classic, Advanced, Partnership, Team, Bombora, Remote and Remote Team. Now, most of these are done on a mentoring basis where you go out, or your client goes out and learns the skills and practices them under supervision. Once they've been exposed to that 3 times, then they can go and do it themselves. That is an exciting way because we can just give people the opportunity to do the particular courses that they want to do. If they work with teams, they can do the team mapping. If they want to do the workshop program, they can do the workshop program. If they want to work mainly with partners or marriages or prenups or whatever, they can do that as well. It doesn't mean we won't do the executive face-to-face. We will have an executive face-to-face program. Now, this year, I don't think we'll run it in conjunction with Bali, but we may in the future. But in Bali, we're running the first part of an online classic training program. Now, there's new support for practitioners and coaches. We have a Facebook page. Now, we have also on Slack, and we can give you a link to this, is a best practice discussion group. So you can ask questions and you can go with queries and find out what people have been doing. We've also done a lot of work in terms of, how do we promote passion maps? I had about 6 or 7 years off, and I found that, most people had moved away or stopped or whatever, even though they loved the process. And so how do we actually start that again? When I effectively retired, there was virtually no social media. Now social media is critically important. So we still have our daily passion quotes. We have a blog with occasional blog posts. We have webinars. And we have a really interesting group which now has 140 people in it, which is called Passion Leaders on LinkedIn. And I'd encourage you to go and join that if you wish to. And then other social media, we're posting on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And some of those are promotional and some of those are informational. So we're getting the name of Passion Maps out and about again in a much more active way. And I can actually feel the energy building and the possibilities starting to happen here. So I mentioned that we've done training online. We've got promotion. And in conjunction with all of that, we'll have a new deal for facilitators. And I think this will be rolled out in Bali this year in September. And we'll have an annual membership model where you pay a fee for a year and a lower fee for kits. So if you do a big program or you do lots of maps, then the cost per map is going to be significantly lower. So the price of the kits will be lower. So the other thing that we're doing is to invite you to offer a program beyond the passion mapping process that we can offer to everybody in the network, everyone who ever does a passion map. And there are a few people who are interested in that. We've got someone who's interested in providing essential oils which work on the nervous system, which are based on a passion map. We've got a health program. There's a meditation program. We want to get someone to provide mindfulness. So when someone goes through the passion mapping process, they're able to access a whole lot of resources which are going to make their experience more sustainable. Automatically, coaches will become referrers if they're active. And also, we want to partner with people. So if you want to specialise in a particular field, and I mentioned prenup marriages, which would be really good for the relationship program, we'll partner with you to help to grow your business. And the training courses themselves, there is going to be a business component. A lot of people have done the training program or the accreditation programs, but they haven't had the business direction and skills, and they haven't taken it. We don't want that to happen anymore. We want to help you to develop a clear pathway to having this as a profitable part of what you do. In order to cover all of this, we've got systems that Ben's largely been responsible for. We've got a customer relationship management system called Entreport. We use Slack, which I mentioned before, has a particular channel, which is best practice for coaches. We use Team Gantt for project management. We use Trello for taking care of action. And we have another probably 10 or 20 different systems we have. So for example, if you want to talk to me, you can just go to the website and make a time automatically on the website without toing and froing. So we want to make it easy for coaches, and we want to make it easy for clients to engage with us and to grow as people. So one of the other things that I'd also like to mention from a systems point of view, it is possible for us to set up an arrangement for you where we track maybe your client's birthdays or an anniversary of meeting or an anniversary of mapping or their own anniversary or whatever, and we can just set that up in the system so that they get automatic emails for, say, when we send out Christmas cards. And I'm about to implement being able to put in a refresh date and when they give it to us, or a default, so that people who have done the program, done a passion mapping program, can get automatic emails to remind them to do it again. So lots and lots of work has gone into getting to this point. I think we're just about at takeoff in terms of what we are doing. Bali is turning out to be a really interesting place. We've got some very good facilitators or trainers coming. Yeah, so there's a whole lot of different people are coming that are not part of our community. So the idea is that I want to be able to enrich our community by bringing other people who are working in the patient space together. We may learn from them, they may learn from us. So I would encourage you to think about coming to Bali in September to catch up with a lot of people people you might have connected with before, possibly even bring your clients. And anyone who comes will get a free upgrade or a free refresh of their map and their relationship map. If 2 people come, they get a free relationship program, and everybody gets a passion map. So what we want to do is to have everybody coming together to create a global Bombora. And that's an amazing experience. For those of you who haven't experienced it, we create a shared intention for the group, and then we bring together those elements of our own passion map that we want to use, and then that forms another map, and that map has lots of energy usually. I've run programs with up to over 20 people, and we'd expect that we'll be having at least that number in Bali. So it should be a fantastic experience. Really one, might find that you, by connecting with other people and using the energy of the whole group, can take you on a trajectory in your own business. So I'm really excited about it. It's a beautiful place. I'm not here to promote Bali. It's top of mind. We're about to start marketing it. There's an extra early bird rate for the people who are presenting, and we can make that available to you as well. And if in addition you receive as a coach $50 off. Please feel free to call me or to email me or to ask questions or to find ways that we can partner and find ways that we can be of service to you. So that's about all for me. Hope everything's going well in your life, and I'll check in with you again in a month's time. Bye-bye.